Seeker and/or its affiliates are not responsible for any strange phenomena that may occur during or after listening to this podcast, which may include the following: heightened senses of awareness, psychic abilities, UFO sightings, alien contact, time loss, out-of-body experiences, ringing in the ears, ESP, lucid dreaming, increased synchronicities, astral projection, telepathy, stronger intuition, levitation, miraculous healings, and/or remote viewing. Please be advised to listen at your own discretion.
Won't you come and take me away? I just wanna be with you. Won't you come and take me away? To a place apart on troubled seas, faith to stand when I don't believe. I just wanna be with you. Won't you come and take me away? I just wanna be.
It's a long minute and a half there.
Won't you come?
You are now locked into the Truth Seeker podcast.
Gargoyles, psychics, everything's ungodly. Dark savage.
Streaming live at truthseeker.com.
She's not a Christian.
Give it up, y'all.
Your portal to the paranormal, esoteric, and all things spiritual.
She's tampering in dark-sided stuff.
And now, your host,
Hey,
Truth
go back
Seeker.
in the other room. Daddy's busy.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? I'm your host, Truth Seeker. You're tuned in now to another exciting episode of the Truth Seeker podcast. That's right. Thank you guys for tuning in live. I'm doing dual episodes today, doing two back-to-back, kind of over schedule, but we was able to make it work. So thanks everybody for hanging out. We had a big group of people hanging out on the first episode, and now I see the chat room filling up with those familiar faces and a bunch of new people. Thank you guys for hanging out, supporting live. That's awesome. It makes it a lot more fun. Phone lines are open. You guys want to call in, ask a question. If you want to bring something to the table, the phone line's streaming across the top of the video there, and it's also in the description as well. So give us a call if you want to holler at Kaylee, or if you got a question for myself. Well, we're going to be able to do that. So, yeah, thank you guys for supporting live. Thank you guys for supporting my music and what I'm doing on Patreon. I have to always plug this because this is the main source that kind of for an artist, like Patreon's the best way for an artist to make money what they're doing, especially because nobody buys CDs anymore. Like nobody buys albums anymore. Everybody downloads stuff. I'll get to look at the search analytics from my website and find out how people get to my website. And the main way they get to my website is searching Truth Seeker free download. Like everybody wants something for free. And I understand, man, it's part of it. But so Patreon's the way that that you guys help me to continue to make music, to continue to bring forth podcasts and stuff. You guys know that the podcast is free to consume, but it's not free to create. So thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Everybody who's supporting over there for patreon.com/Truth Seeker. Any level of giving, anywhere from $1 to $5, $10, whatever you guys are able to do. And there's a bunch of perks. We got you get to download my entire discography. That's like 10 plus albums, as well as all the new music that I'm doing. I upload everything as soon as it's done. As soon as it's mixed, I throw it up there. Even stuff that I'm working on, like I need another opinion on a hook that I'm not really feeling, but it has potential. I'll upload it, and you guys can, you know what I'm saying, let me know if you guys like it or not, if I should pursue it or throw it away. So I appreciate hanging out with you guys over there on the Patreon. You guys mean a lot to me. You really do. So head on over there if you'd like to support. We also have the School of the Mystics we're doing on Thursday nights, prayer, activation, discipleship, and just one-on-one with you guys. And looking forward to that. Thursday nights, 7 p.m. Central. School of the Mystics. You get access by becoming a patron. All of that to be said. Now that's out the way. This guest who I'm bringing on is a good friend of mine. We haven't spoken some years, but I've been following his work for some years, and we've been connected for many years. And speaking of the whole, if everyone would give $1 thing, like I have like 14,000 friends on my Facebook, and if everybody gave $1 a month, like what we could do, what we can accomplish with everybody giving $1. But obviously you have a few people doing a lot, so you guys are awesome. But the first time I seen that was from Quayle. Quayle posted something years ago. It was like, man, I got 20,000 friends. If everybody gave $1, we can promote and record all kinds of new music. Quayle, welcome to the show, my brother.
What's up, homie?
Leezy
Maine,
you,
bro.
I love you, man. Leezy Maine.
Leezy Maine, boss.
Okay, so Quayle, when I came to the Lord, I came to the Lord in 98, and I came back to God in 2000. But it was around maybe 2002, 3, 4, maybe. Looking up Christian rap, because I was just always looking up music online and seeing who's the biggest stuff. And it was always the comparison charts back in the day. We had Christian rappers who sound like Lil Wayne, and then they give you 2 or 3 Christian rappers that sound like SoundClick. Christian rappers that sound like 3 6 Mafia. You know what I'm saying? Quayle was under the 3 6 Mafia one, and I think you made the Insane Clown Posse one too. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, let me check this dude out. Checked him out. Quayle was making beats and making music back then, and it was Christian music, and it was different. He brought something different to the table, because cross movement was the big thing back then, and it was just all this East Coast and music from up north, but someone's had this southern flow and doing it in the gospel industry. Quayle was the first person I found, and I connected with him from that moment on. Emailed him, and we started building there. That was years ago. Homies after that. We did a song together. Yeah, we did. This Is How We Ride, man.
Yeah,
that's
my Eyes Paint album, 2009.
Dude, that's a game changer for a lot of people. A lot of people that's their favorite song that I've put out is that song, man.
We killed that, bro.
Let's talk about. We'll talk about where you are now, but let's talk about the early days of Christian hip hop, man. I love reminiscing with it, and I love being able to speak candidly without not being afraid to step on somebody's toes, to disagree or say what's really wrong with Christian hip hop. Now we can kind of, because we're somewhat removed from it, we can actually tell you the truth. And I think the truth is, from a sense, because we were involved with it, so we know what it does to someone. We know how to walk on eggshells. We know how we can't be authentic, and all of and then your creativity is stifled. Talk a little bit, man, about your early days in Christian music.
Well, I got saved in 1996, and never really wanted to do music, really, for a job. I've been writing music since I was 8, but I never thought I would be making a living doing music. Just had more of I liked writing poetry and things like that. So as I got into music, my mom introduced me to T-Bone. I was listening to a bunch of just gangster rap and things like that. I mean, I was 14 to 17 was probably the worst years, where I got real close to going a bad path that my brothers chose, and multiple felonies and a lot of jail time later. They hopefully they're learning from that. But I got really blessed and lucky, man, that I didn't go down that path. My mom introduced me to T-Bone and a couple other groups back then, and I was inspired to write music that was about my life, but about my newfound faith in Christ. So me being a baby Christian and not really understanding what true ministry was, and not understanding what I couldn't even hear God's voice back then. I just gave my life to God. I didn't understand what his voice sounded like. It was all religion to me. I was just following what everybody else was telling me to do, which is typical what most people do when they get saved. They don't know no better. So they fall into the category of, you tell me where I'm supposed to go, and I go, and they end up putting a lot of trust and faith in man. And then when those men end up hurting them or stabbing them in the back, they turn their back on God, which had absolutely nothing to do with God. But
did you watch the interview we just did? Did you watch that at all? Yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about at the end, 100%.
Well, that's the truth, man. I mean, I experienced it. I mean, to be honest, in all the years of music that I've done, the only people that done me dirty in music were people that were Christians.
Same.
And that's sad, because I'm dealing with nothing but people that do gangster rap and stuff now, and they're the most respectful people. They don't step on my toes. They don't lie to me. It blows me away, man.
I know, right?
It's really sickening, and
it's weird.
It is. But, you know, Christian rap back then, it was totally different than it is now.
Mm-hmm.
It was very Bible thumping, in your ear, killing demons. That's what it was.
Heck yeah.
When I heard it, I was pumped and excited about the music anyway. So I listened to it. It made me feel good. It kept me away from most part doing bad things. And so I started doing Christian rap. My first album, which was called Pain, it dropped the end of 1999. That album was so preachy. I was telling everybody they were going to hell. It was, it happened and it touched a lot of people, and I'm grateful for that. But it embarrasses me because I didn't realize that I was that forceful to people. And a lot of people, it pushed a lot of people away, man. A lot of people away. It did lead a lot to the Lord, but there's so many, man, that won't even listen to my music now.
Yeah.
Because of what I said back then, because it was so forceful. They were so hurt by the church already that when I come on board and I pitched my CD to them, they were like, hey, I came at them like I was doing gangster rap anyways. I was trying to, you know, trick them into buying my music, thinking it was good, so they would hear the music.
Yep.
And they did. I mean, a lot of people bought my stuff thinking it was gangster, and then they found out it was about Jesus. They called my phone cussing me out. They were cussing me out, you know, telling me, I can't believe you sold me this, you know. I was just like, hey, man, you know, I didn't know what to do. You know, I just was doing what I felt like God wanted me to do at that time in my life, you know.
Yeah. So from being ministry minded, you know what I'm saying, even though things weren't done right and you learn and you grow, and like I said, some of it turned your stomach to kind of maybe the belief systems that you had, or maybe the views on hell have changed, and all of this stuff that the church say is like foundational doctrines that, first of all, studying, you find out that the scriptures, you know, talk about a lot of different stuff, and the way we're going about it is not working. I think for me, man, when we're talking about hell and stuff like that, like the closer I get to the grace and beauty of God, like I can't imagine that God's going to torture these people for eternity who have been put off by the church. And it's up to this church to win them to eternal salvation. Like God would leave it up to another man to put somebody's eternal salvation in another man's hands, man. And so that, just studying and just evolving and getting close to the love of God, you begin, your approach even changes. Not that the gospel changes. The gospel is the good news, man, but your approach to kind of reach people where they are. Like, people don't even understand that church lingo. Like, you're trying to win people over to Jesus, and we speak a totally different language. It's like walking up speaking Chinese, because there is Christianese. It's a whole nother lingo and stuff, man. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, I mean, everything I did back then, it doesn't even exist to me. Like, I'm closer to God than I've ever been in my entire life. I know it sounds so backwards. I'll even speak like just logically about who I was back then. You know, the person that I was when I was doing Christian rap, to be honest with you guys, was a pornography addict, sex addict, negative individual who used to punch walls to relieve aggression. I don't even recognize that human being anymore. I don't watch porn. Like, it's amazing to me how when somebody sees my new videos, they initially think I've sold my soul to the devil. And it's because the naked eye, they think, well, if something looks demonic, it probably is. And that's not the truth at all. I've seen, you can feel the demonic by the way it feels if you test that spirit. You know, when I see something, I know it's demonic because I recognize that spirit. But, you know.
So to kind of paint, to kind of paint where you are now, you don't do, you're removed from gospel rap, and we can kind of go back and forth, but you're removed from gospel rap, and it's more of the gangster rap. I guess that's a good word for it. Alien Gang is the movement that you're pushing. Definitely catering to the outcasts, those who even the church would look over, right? And so you've kind of
not even the church, most definitely the church. Yeah. Alien is a movement, and alien stands for anyone lost in Earth's neglect. It's on the side of my throat, it's on my knuckles, it's on my chest, it's on my ankles. You know, alien is an identity. People that they're lost, they're hurting, they're lonely, they're depressed, they're suicidal. These people all over the world, they try to leak out, hints. I'm hurting.
No doubt.
I need somebody. I need somebody. They're crying out for help. The church, I don't want to say as a whole, but from what I see, they don't even see these people.
Exactly.
These people don't come to church. They don't want to be in church. They want nothing to do with church. These people are doing drugs. They're living lifestyles that they think is right. They don't care what the church thinks. And so they're as far away from the church as possible. The church sits still 99% of the time. So it sits still. So these people, they'll never get touched. I'm not trying. I don't want anybody to get me twisted. When I was doing music for the Lord, my ultimate objective was to lead people to Jesus.
Get you to make a decision.
Absolutely. This day and age where I'm at right now, and you got to hear me, my objective is to be these people's friend. I want to be these people's friend. The Lord spoke to me plain as day, and he said, Keenan, if you want to touch the world, you must first inspire them. That's what the Lord told me. If you want to touch the world, you must first inspire them. And I didn't understand exactly what that meant. And the Lord was showing me, somebody that's, I don't know, they got a cool shirt on, and somebody walks up to them and says, hey, man, I like your shirt. Well, something as small as that, showing somebody, a split second of attention, could put a smile on their face, and instantly now they see you as being cool because you cared about them enough to say something to them about their shirt. So I want to build relationships with people like that. I'm not trying to win people to Jesus. I'm not trying to force people to go to church. I'm not trying to do any of that. I want to take these people who have no friends, and I want to give them a friend.
Well,
I want to take people who have no love and give them love. They have no brothers and sisters and give them brothers and sisters.
Isn't that winning them to Jesus, though? Essentially,
it's what the church is supposed to be doing.
Exactly. And so you have seen a broken system, and now you're doing it. Like, now you're actually going out there to the ones, and we talked about it a while ago, just simply like those who don't deserve grace, you go to them and you show them grace. Those who don't deserve love, you go to them and you love them.
You know how many people, bro, I've had, and all these people, even if they're watching your show or they're going to watch this, you all should be ashamed of yourself for sending me messages saying that I should have killed myself when I was suicidal. These are believers I'm talking to.
Yeah.
Messaging me, talking quote unquote bullshit to me, telling me that I should have killed myself, that God doesn't love me no more, and that I'm not right, and that I've sold my soul to the devil, and I'm demonic, and I look like a demon. You all should be ashamed of yourself. If you were any closer to God, you would know the truth and what I'm doing and what I'm about. Because last time I checked, we worship the same God. So he can't tell me something and tell you something totally different. So one of us is being lied to.
That's the disconnect there, man. And I'm in the same boat as you, bro. I mean, I don't do like vulgar music, but my spirituality and all of the paths I kind of bring to the table, I got the same thing. You're a devil worshiper.
Hey, can I explain why I do explicit music?
Go ahead.
This is a fact. The devil has been lying to the church, lying to the world. This is his job. He's the author of confusion. He's the father of liars. He lies to everybody in some way, shape, or form. So initially, when you hear music, you know the type of music you listen to. So when you listen to music, if it doesn't sound familiar to you, you're initially going to go, I don't want to listen to that. Well, the devil's real sly about Christian rap and about tweaking the music to make the music sound a certain way. He's the director of music in heaven. That's what he did for God. He made sure the music sounded a certain way. So the music, no matter what people say, it draws them in. So if I was pitching my stuff before and I didn't have any cussing in it, things like that, little bitty things that really make a huge difference when you're trying to reach people, they would listen to the music over and over again, find out something's different. I could be talking about God left and right, but if it had said shit, damn, words like that in it, people initially listen to the music. This is the music I listen to. They resonate with it. I like this. And they'll say, I see it every day, Truth, every single day. So many people now that used to never listen to my music are wanting to listen to my music now.
Yeah.
Because I'm cussing in my music.
Yeah.
And it's because 90% of Christians listen to mainstream music anyway. They won't admit it.
Yeah.
They're the ones trying to tell me I shouldn't be cussing in my music, but 90% of their CD cases and their iPods are filled with Drake, Lil Wayne, 2 Chainz, and all this other bullshit that's out there.
Yeah.
You know? And that's the truth.
Well,
They're listening to all that anyways, but then they're going to dog a brother for actually strategically trying to write music that, A, the world wants to listen to. I want these people to intersect into my life. I want them to, when they hear my songs, to relate to the music. I'm writing music for them. I'm not writing music for the church. I'm not writing music for any believer. I'm writing music for those that are wanting to blow their brains out, for those that are overdosing on drugs. I had a conversation with a guy this morning, so stoned he couldn't even walk, who I love very dearly, who was smoking K2 on the phone on the other side with me. That's how interlocked I am with these people. They'll call me smoking K2 because they know that, A, I'm going to love them. I'm not going to judge them, but I'm here for them if they ever need me.
Yep.
This is a massive lesson the church needs to hear.
I think, obviously, you wouldn't do it if it wasn't working. Like, you wouldn't do it if you wasn't seeing fruit and seeing the looks on those faces of the people who have been looked over.
Bro, the tears on people's faces.
Exactly.
I had people call me last week they were going to kill themselves. I stopped them. They called me. They didn't call a pastor. They didn't call some youth pastor. They didn't call their mom, their dad. They called 40 tattoos on his face, black fingernail polish, all black. They called me because I came to them in a way that nobody else has. I respect them. I love them. I treat them like I want to be treated. This is the gospel.
Yeah.
This is the gospel. I'm not trying to get people to go to church. I'm not trying to even read their Bible.
Yeah.
I encourage people in my movement. And this is a real gang, Truth. It's a real gang, but it's not a gang of violence and drugs. We speak out against both. But this is a real gang. The gangs are just nothing but people that love each other. I got your back, you got my back. I defend you, you defend me. This is going to grow. There's 130 tattooed alien gang members right now in my state.
We got a caller on the phone. We got a caller on the phone right now. He sent a message in the chat room. He wants to let you know he wants to get the tattoo soon too. Hunter Fuse from Arkansas. I'm not maybe you know who he is, but he's a fan of your work. He said he's going to get the tattoo. He's on the phone too. We'll jump to phone calls here in a little bit. So if anybody wants to call in, make sure you do that. You mentioned how the people who listen to Christian music will have the Lecrae CD, but they also got the Wayne and Drake, right? And I noticed one thing that as far as people, like you find Christians buying Christian rap, but they also buy secular music, right? You don't find secular people going and buying the Lecrae CD and riding around the trap listening to Lecrae. It don't happen. Like they want it to happen, Lecrae and them, but it doesn't happen, bro.
Well, it's because there's a devil, Truth. He exists. He's real. The devil knows that anything that has God's stamp on it, anything that has God's stamp, orthodox meaning. I'm a very unorthodox Christian, and there's people all across the world that'll argue with you that I'm not a Christian, and that's okay. I know my heart. I know what I do every day. I know what my movement does. I know what my movement's going to do. And quite frankly, you won't see me on Facebook bragging about it like 90% of your ministers do today with their ministry. They get on there, and as soon as somebody gets touched, they post it on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
You won't see that about me, and that's why 99% of you will think I'm off my rocker, because you won't see that on social media. All you're going to see is shit, damn, and fuck on my Facebook page, and also, and you're going to think he's way off his rocker. I'm not here to reach you. Just know
you've already been reached by.
I'm not
90s.
I'm here to reach the ones that are mad at you for talking shit about me on my Facebook. That's the ones I'm here to reach.
Yeah.
The ones that are offending me because they relate to me and my movement and relate to the fact of feeling alone and feeling that they have nobody. These are the people that I want to reach. Those are my people. Those are my people with my heart, and I love all of them.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about the approach, though, because I want to ask you, as far as the titling of the videos, is that something to kind of distance yourself, maybe even inwardly, a piece of like, hey, this is behind me? Because a lot of the, like, on the titles of the videos, it'll say ex Christian rapper has lost his damn mind, or this guy used to be a Christian rapper. Can you believe it? Is that to get the Christians to check it out, or because like if it's like a whole new demographic, you wouldn't need to do that? So what's those titles for? Well,
I didn't change my name.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, like New Wine, changed his name.
Yeah.
But New Wine, I can guarantee you, New Wine did not do this for the same exact reason I did.
Yeah.
You'll never see me in videos with 6 naked women in my bed with me. You'll never see me doing anything remotely like that. You won't hear me talk about banging hoes. You won't hear me talk about anything that I'm not living, and I'm not going to compromise myself to make any kind of money. This is not a compromise to me. This is an investment. I'm investing my gift to reach these people before they put a bullet in their head and before they overdose on Xanax, following after dumbass rappers on YouTube that are just sitting around popping Xanax all day.
Yeah. Yep.
These kids are role modeling after these rappers, man. And if rappers don't start outsmarting the devil and start figuring out new ways to touch these people's lives, it's OV. It's over.
Yeah, that's a big thing, man. The whole discussion of, like, when we were coming up, it was people were bragging about being drug dealers. I'm serving fiends. I'm selling ice cream. All of this stuff about being the drug dealer, being the pimp, being the one that had the money. Now, this generation of rappers are bragging about being the addicts. Like, they're okay to be on Xan. There's a new little YouTube rapper named Little Xan.
Yeah, we was just talking about him last night.
Yeah, it's like they're bragging about it, and then they're doing Instagram videos of them tossing Xanax in their mouth, and then they're dying, and then they're coming up dead. Little Peep, rest in peace, Little Peep. But man, it's that image, bro. Like that's the consequence of it. Like, if you want that,
Little Peep is the reason I came out of retirement. I was retired for 6 years. When Little Peep died, I never heard of him before.
Same.
I started going on YouTube and reading all the comments from all these 10, 12, 16-year-old kids crying their eyes out, saying that they lived and breathed Little Peep. Yep. And that their life is lost without him. And I said, you know what? I think it's time that I come back. But I said, God, I'm not coming back doing Christian music.
Yeah.
I'm not. I said, I refuse. I got 11 Christian albums. I sold 54,000 CDs out of the trunk of my car, Truth, and you know that to be a fact. I did that. I was out there every day, man. I grinded. I gave my whole entire career and everything that I existed for ministry and for the church. And I said, if I come back, I'm doing this for these kids. I'm doing this for these people that need some sort of positive reinforcement. From the naked eye, you're going to think, man, his music is negative. It is what it is. 99% of the people that's listening to my music are already negative.
Yeah.
But to them, it's medicine.
Yeah. Medicine for the people.
Dude, people that are living in the church, man, if they're predominantly positive people, they're gonna hate my music. But it wasn't written for them, though.
Yeah.
Just because you write music don't mean everybody's gonna relate to it.
No doubt.
I write music with specific people in mind. I think about the kid who's role modeling after Pete, and he's popping Xanax every night. So I write a song called Better. Better is inside you. You just got to be it. You just got to be it. Chain up the demons inside of your being, release all the bullshit and free it. I write songs like that to those people that are in that spot. You feel me?
Yeah.
I watch the news. I watch the media, man. I write songs based on what I see to try to reach these people, man. This isn't just some bullshit. I haven't sold my soul to the devil just to make money. I haven't made a dime.
That's what people would say, yeah.
Of course they're going to say that. I haven't made a dime off any music that I've done since I've come back at all. Not one dime. It's coming. Trust me. It's coming. The buzz is being built. We've had over 100,000 views in 2 videos in 18 days. Over 1,000 shares already. The videos are going viral. A lot of people are talking right now. And there's a lot of people talking negatively about me, and that's okay.
You just did a song with Smoke, right? Is that who was in your new video, Smoke?
Yeah. Corleone. He's the guy I've known for a long time, but I believe in the guy. He's got an amazing amount of talent. I mean, to be real with you, bro, I've lost 2,500 friends on Facebook and on Instagram and on Twitter because I wear eyeshadow on my face and nail polish on my hands. If that don't tell me that the church is twisted, that a former Christian rapper who they've never even heard the music, because I come out that I'm going to come out and do gangster rap or do explicit music, whatever you want to say, and they see my imagery, you block me and erase me on Facebook because of my imagery, you should be ashamed of yourself. Mm-hmm. Because I am closer to God than I've ever been in my entire life. And you ask anybody that's around me that knows me, I definitely do not bullshit around when it comes to Jesus Christ. He is my Lord. He is my Savior, regardless. And anybody that's around me knows that he's my boss and knows that he's my maker. I don't hide that, and I will never hide that. It don't matter. Satanists, devil worshippers, and witches, bro, that are all one part of Alien Gang.
Yep.
Chew on that comment.
They can get it. They can get it.
Witches and devil worshippers are all wanting to be a part of Alien Gang because they feel the same way that I do. Alone. I felt so alone, and none of the church folks were ever there for me. They weren't there for me. I've tried to kill myself 12 times, Truth, and I can't think of many Christians outside of my mother and maybe 4 or 5 others literally in my entire life who were there for me. I mean, it disgusts me, man. You know how many people are hooked on drugs, bro, that when I'm having a bad day, they call me and tell me they love me? We're talking people that are on heroin, bro.
Yeah.
Calling me, telling me they love me. The church should be ashamed of itself.
That was a big one for me, man, because like when I was doing ministry, I had a lot of people who were in my corner, most of them because I had something to offer, right? And it's always the people who have something to offer or whatever. But I had these different ministries and ministers and evangelists and stuff, and I would talk to them on the phone. And before they hung up, they got to a point where they would tell me they love me on the phone. And when you're on the phone with another man, and you know what I'm saying, you tell me that now, and I think maybe even you back in the day. But for the first time being on the phone with a man and like, all right, bro, I love you, bro. And you're like, how do I respond? Do I say I love you too? Like, how do I, you know? And it's like, and I had to make that conscious effort. All right, bro, I love you too. And I meant that, right? Hang the phone up. All right, bro, love you, bro. Love you, man. My wife's like, who's that? Oh, that's so-and-so. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you guys get off the phone like that. And I meant it. And then when you go through the struggle, when you have a change of heart or your faith is tested, or maybe from their perspective, maybe you're going through the darkest time you've ever faced. But then those guys are like, love you, bro. They're nowhere to be found.
Absolutely. You don't know how many people, and just last week, there's a guy that came on my Facebook page, and his initial reaction, he was, F Alien Gang, you fake this.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them, yeah.
I'm talking, dude, he's talking trash about me, man. Well, I got upset, and I put him in his place initially, and then I said, you know what's sad, bro? I said, you're just like us, you just don't even know it. And he said, no, I'm nothing like you. He said, I'm smarter than you. I said, I sense you're crying out for help, bro. And I said, you know what? I love you, man. This guy got quiet, bro. And he posted on Facebook and tagged me in it. And he said, my whole life, all I've wanted was what this one guy that I don't even know, who I was being a total dick to, he said, this guy gave it to me. And I would never have expected it from someone that looks like him. And I said, dude, I love you, man. This dude, no disrespect to me. He's apologized to me. I mean, he straight up feels the movement. He wants to be down with the movement. If y'all listen to what I just said, though, man, this guy, I'm talking borderline atheist, if not right over the edge. I don't even believe there's a God. Dude, so many people are getting outsmarted by the devil right now, man. The old ways of pick up your Bible and preach to people on a street corner is dead, bro. The devil's outsmarting all of you. Yeah. There's a new way to reach people, and you have to love them. You have to accept them, and you have to be there for them, regardless whether you believe or even accept what they do. It's not up to you. God is a big enough God to, he's a big enough God to deal with those people's heart that you don't have to.
You can't.
All you have to do is love them.
Yeah.
Love them, be there for them. Pray for them. Let them know you're there for them. You don't got to force anything. Let God deal with their heart, man. In his timing, he's going to touch their life. And if you're around, I'm going to tell you right now, bro, I ministered to people when I was doing Christian rap, and I led them to the Lord. I've led over 1,000 people to the Lord, bro. And literally, I've led these people to the Lord. God has showed me. He showed me how I messed up, and it's because I didn't know no better. I would lead somebody to the Lord. I would take them down a new road, get them out of the drug deal trait, get them into churches. The moment that they fell away from God and stumbled, the devil told them, I'm the guy they should avoid. So when they would fall, they'd go back to drugs. They wouldn't want me to know because they wouldn't want me to be ashamed to be disappointed in them.
Yeah.
So what would they do? They'd put my number on the mute and block list.
That
so
sucks.
I could never talk ever again.
I remember that.
What point did I do? Yeah, I led them to the Lord and all that, but what point did I do? They don't have any godly friends now. They've rejected every godly friend that they had. I would, in my honest opinion, rather be their friend, love them, be there for them. If they ever want God in their life, and if they ever hit rock bottom and want to take their own life, who do you think they're going to call?
And they will. And they will.
They do
Yeah.
on a weekly, if not daily basis,
Yeah.
bro.
It's weird. It's weird because the whole Christian thing, bro, it's like you can meet somebody, have this camaraderie, whether you lead them to the Lord or not, but you guys are building, talking daily, breaking bread. In the moment they go back to drugs, you don't hear from that person again. It's like, hold on, bro, I still love you. I don't give a damn what you're doing.
It's because we have become the definition of perfection, and we are pieces of shit that need Jesus. We need him as our savior. All of us. Nobody's better than anybody else on this earth. Yes, we're royalty in his eyes, but we're sinners. I'm the same sinner. He's the same sinner. We're all sinners. We're all filthy rags without the Lord in our life. So I don't ever want, I have the words, I am nobody tattooed on my chin, bro, to never forget where I come from.
Yeah.
I'll never be any better than anybody else on this earth ever. I will always be the same, whether I'm driving a Bugatti or I'm driving a Pontiac. It does not matter. I have no money or I'm filthy rich. I will always be the same. Without God's grace and without what he's blessed me with, I would be nothing. And that's the truth, man. I don't ever want to act like I'm better than nobody else, because I'm not.
So you see this, it's safe to say that you still approach this ministry minded. Is that safe to say?
Absolutely. I don't do Christian music. I don't want any part of Christian music. I have no focus on anything church related at all. Nothing. I want to make good music. I want to make music that my fans relate to. That's what I want to do. And that's what I'm doing. I'm making music for them, for the alien gang. The people that join this movement, they're my family. It's like distant cousins. In the future, people that join alien gang all across the United States and all across the world, they'll get perks for being in the movement. They'll get discounts on their show tickets to my shows. They'll get discounts on their merch because they have the tattoos on their body. These people rep it. They're getting it tattooed behind their ears, on their faces, on their hands, so it's visible to where nobody can hide it. These people rep it. I've given them a new identity. Now they don't feel like they're nothing. Now they don't feel like they're nobody. Now they say, I'm an alien. That's who I am. I'm anyone lost in earth's neglect. I'm just like you. And they're spreading.
All right. This isn't coming from me. I'm playing devil's advocate because I've got everything that you got, bro. I got it too. Right. But so they would say, okay, if you love these people and you're giving them a way out, some would say you don't love them. You're just playing off of their hurt, playing off of their emotions. If you love them, you'll tell them the truth that they need, that they need Jesus and need to repent. What would you say to that?
I do that, but it's a time and a place. You know, if you do that to certain people at the wrong time, they'll go to you.
You're right.
I'm telling you, that's exactly what they'll do, bro. If you talk to people who are on drugs, if they're hooked, there's no telling them.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I told this morning on the phone, the guy that was doing K2, I said, dude, my exact words, that shit's going to kill you, bro. All I'm trying to do is plant them nuggets of hope in him. One day he'll get fed up with it. I've prayed for him many times. I've prayed for him. I've fed him, bought him clothes. When nobody else bought him Christmas presents, I'm the one that, me and my girl's the only one that bought him Christmas present. You know, we're there for him. He's on the streets, man. He's been on the streets since he was 8 years old. He's 25 years old. He's out there every day holding a sign, trying to make it.
Yeah.
Where's the church at? You know, what are they doing for this dude? I don't want to push him away any further than what he's already been pushed away. I want to be his friend. If I can be his friend for 20 years, I can make a bigger impact in those 20 years than the church could ever do by coming up trying to get him to say a sinner's prayer. Because that guy's going to have a relationship with Jesus after those 20 years. I guarantee you. You don't have a relationship with God the moment you meet him. You don't even know who he is. You don't even know what he sounds like. You don't even know what his voice sounds like. You can't even hear him. So just saying a sinner's prayer is one thing, but you know as well as I do, it takes years before you hear God's voice correctly.
Yeah.
Start seeing him from bumper stickers and other friends saying stuff and hearing pastors say this. That's the way you hear him because you can't hear him. And the only way to hear him is get closer to him. It takes time. I've been walking with God for 25 years.
Let me ask you this. What do you miss about gospel rap? Like, I know there was some stuff that was good. Nothing?
No.
Not a damn thing.
You don't know how, and this is a shame, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to throw fire on anybody, man. I'm not, man.
Yeah.
But just ask me how many churches have not paid me when they promised me they were going to pay me.
Oh my God.
How many churches
or they ask you to come
that they never did. Now watch this. Ask me how many clubs have never paid me.
Yeah. You're right. 100% right.
How many mainstream festivals and places where they're centered in they're cover-ups for drug activity. How many of those places have never paid me? And you tell me who's loving their neighbor anyways, you know?
They can be dirty, bro. The church folks can be dirty. That was one of the things that showed me when I started working with secular artists. There was pros and cons from coming from a Christian perspective of making that transition. But when I started working with secular artists, like it was professional versus dealing with the church people and like your church brothers who won't work with you because you believe something a little bit different. And there was brothers who like we were building with for years and they would get under a different theology and they want nothing to do with you just because they believe the Trinity is a little bit different. I'm like, wow, you guys are willing to break fellowship over these little bitty things that it's just apples and oranges. Like it's not even it's not even a big deal. But you guys are so
different
nitpicky.
Relationship with God. All of us. So we can't look at it like, well, if you believe differently than I do, then you're wrong and I'm right.
Yeah.
It should never be that way, man. It's just like the Lord told me, it's like a basketball player. You know, if he's hanging out with, kids that are lesser of him, like a college player is hanging out with high school kids, he shouldn't get mad if the guy can't do what the college kid could do because he don't know no better. He's in high school. He's still learning.
Yeah.
So he should be treated like he's a high school player instead of like a college player and looking down on him and condemning him because he can't do 360 dunk shit. And he can't do the stuff that you can do. That's like a pro like LeBron James getting mad at an elementary kid because he can't jump at the free throw line.
I'll break this. He can't do 360 dunks, but he can shoot a three really good. And so we you know what I'm saying? So we need to value them for what they're good at. Not like, oh, you can't 360 dunk? Get away. No, you're good at other things, bro. You're part of the family. You're needed. There's a place for you.
But
right?
I use that parable, man, for like when people say, you're not supposed to cuss. I'm like, well, who told you that? Well, it's in the Bible.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff in the Bible. I don't, and this might cause some controversy, but I don't follow the Bible. I follow Jesus.
There you go.
There's a big difference. There's a lot of stuff in the Bible. If you read it, if you read it out of text, you're already screwed anyways.
And that's how the majority of Christendom is.
I know,
getting
because
by.
the Bible is Christianity, but the entire first half of the Bible, Christianity didn't even exist. So there was no Christianity. Jesus is the faith behind Christianity. He wasn't even alive then. So when people read it, they're reading it from a perspective of Christianity, but Christianity didn't even exist.
Yeah.
You have to read the Bible for what it is. I read it, ask God if he wants me to learn something from it, but I take every word that's in the Bible that Jesus said, those red letters, to the bank. That's what I live by.
Well, let me ask you this.
That's why I'm covering tattoos.
I'm going to ask you, I know the whole Bible verses and biblical stuff.
Yeah.
So you say you read the Bible and you ask God what he would have to show you or to teach you. People having spiritual awakenings, like they don't just see God in the Bible no more. They see God in everything, right?
Absolutely.
So watching a movie, going to taking a trip, do you pray that prayer as well? Do you go with that intention? Okay, God, I'm watching this movie. Teach me. Are you a student of life? Does God speak to you through everything?
I don't ask the Lord that, but he does it anyway.
Exactly. You don't have to consciously ask it once you already know.
Well, the Lord told me, he said, I can use it. He said, I can use a dirty vessel. I just can't live in one. He told me that plain as day when it came to other rappers. I've seen people get saved off of Jay-Z music.
Yeah.
I've seen people give their life to the Lord off of Lil Wayne's music. You know, I've watched it. I've seen people get touched, save their life, stop killing themselves over some satanic music.
Yeah.
Because God used the music and he used the ordeal, he used the scenario to reach those people where they were anyways. That's what he did. He doesn't need the Bible to reach you. He doesn't need me to reach you.
Yeah. And he's life.
He knows every single odds and ends. You could be going and taking a piss in a gas station and look over on the stall and somebody's got Jesus loves you and hasn't forgotten about you.
Yeah.
While you're peeing. It doesn't matter like how. It's about God is God. He is on the throne. He is God. He could do whatever he wants, whenever he wants, however he wants. And just because they might not think that orthodox-wise I might look like somebody that's reaching people, they need to open their eyes and their heart to something different. Because the church, last time I checked, is in a very sick state right now. A very sick state. There is so much stuff going on inside those walls. I know deep stuff. Like, you do too. I mean, you know what I'm talking about.
Let me ask you this, man. I want to talk about karma. I want to talk about karma a little bit. And you don't even have to call it that, but just the idea of
reaping what you sow.
From where you came. Okay, so you're getting the backlash now. Trust me.
Absolutely.
I couldn't help but look at the stuff I dished out over the years. People. I'm past it now. I'm some years removed, but that transition. People were treating me like I treated others. You're going to hell, bro. You're a false prophet. You're leading people astray. Like I've said that about other people, and I can only look back like, damn, this is my karma.
Dude,
I did this to people.
Dude, you know what my karma is? My karma is having people tell me, you kicked me out of your tattoo shop for saying the word damn.
I remember that. You would only do Christian tattoos for a minute.
Bro, and I said, I'm so sorry. My daughter last night, she said, Dad, you wouldn't let me go to a concert because they were going to be cussing in the concert.
Mm-hmm.
You're cussing in your music.
Yeah.
I said, Paradise, I said, your dad was very immature then. I had to learn. I get it now. It's way too late. I can't take it back. There's tons of people that I'm ashamed of myself the way I used to be, bro. I cannot believe the stuff that I said to people, the way that I treated people, truth, man. it makes me cry often, man, because I think about how it was so judgmental. People would come in, just mild stuff, man, that it shouldn't even been a big deal. They'd come in and sit in the shop and they would say shit, and I'd go, hey, man, don't cuss in my shop.
Yeah, it killed that whole witness.
They would feel so rejected.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, well, I'm gonna teach you some respect. And in reality, they were like, I'm never coming back in here ever again. It hurts my feelings, man, that I did that to people. And if anybody's watching that I did that too, which I'm sure there will be people to watch this, because there's so many people talking shit about me right now. It's unreal, bro. The church is they're going haywire on me, and that's completely cool, man. I don't make this music for you, so I'm not really concerned what you say. I want these people that I know I'm supposed to be reaching.
There's a weird. I'll tell you this though, Kaylee. There's a weird place that I got to, because there was some places, and it was all social media. Like, nobody really pulled me to the side and be like, hey, Truth, man, what do you believe, man? What's going on? Like, nobody ever did that. And I was in ministry and did all the same thing you were doing. So, but the social media stuff, because your life is out there like an open book, and people would reach out, and they would talk shit like you're saying, you're going to hell, you're a false prophet, you're going to burn forever. Like, really? You know, and you get all of that hate. But then it gets weird when it stops. It does get weird when you're like, damn, they kind of gave up on me. At least they don't know how to help. Sometimes they're trying to help. That's all they know to do. They're like, damn, let me reach out to Kaylee.
I'll tell you like this, man. And this is just honest to God. It's the only way I know to put this, because this is what I see. This is what I'm trying to do. This is who I'm trying to reach.
Yeah.
The people that are on my pages, on my videos right now, screaming trash, fake false prophet, former Christian, my ass, blah, blah, blah. Their comments are blind to me. I don't even care. But the ones that will comment on those posts
to defend you.
Exactly. And they'll say, F you. You keep your mouth shut about him. I love this guy. And I love his music. It's that person right there. That's the person that relates to me. That's the person that is hear me, is Alien Gang. That person is the definition of what Alien Gang is, our mission statement, everything we are as a movement. That person right there with that FU comment to the person who's talking bad, that's the person that belongs here. And I message those people and tell them, I accept you. You have no idea, bro, just from feeling accepted, how these people will cry. They'll tell me, nobody's ever accepted me. Nobody's ever given a shit about me. Dude, the church should be very, very ashamed of themselves for the way they're treating these people, man. These people, these churches, they're not outreaching these people, man. They forgot about these people. They've completely forgot about the same people that they're forgetting that at one time in their life they were. How can you, at one time you was on drugs, doing crack, doing meth, doing all this other bullshit that you were doing before you gave your life to God. And then after you give your life to God, you forget where you came from. So all of a sudden you meet a guy who's on crack and you don't say a word because you got kids now and you don't want that around your kids. But at one time, that was you, brother. That was you on the street corner holding a sign. And people were throwing shit at you when they were driving by. How quick we forget who we were before we came to God. I'll never forget the last multiple years of my life when I've been at the bottom, bro, had nothing. Feeding my kids with change, bro. This is real life. I went from making 6 figures a year to God taking me and pruning me, cutting me at the very bottom and growing me into this human being who gives a shit about these people, Truth. I used to not. I used to think I was better than everybody else.
Yeah.
Think I was better than everybody else, bro, and that I was above people. I'm not above nobody, bro. And these people, they need somebody to say, hey, I love you, and I'm here for you, and I'll be here for you if you need somebody to talk to.
Yeah, because if we understand, like, even in the church circles, man, like, they have the platforms and the risers and stuff for a reason, where they're up talking down, and they're like the celebrity, they're talking down to people. You're going out there rubbing shoulders, talking to them, not talking down at them, but out there talking to the people, man. I've been checking out your videos. I've been checking out the comments, and I know exactly what you're talking about. I know the feeling, man. One thing I want to bring up something that years ago, I don't even know if you remember this. You may remember this, but you had a necklace on that had I think it was like a triangle with an eye in it.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
and it was when I was studying the Illuminati. I was like, Kaylee, bro, you got to take that necklace off, bro. That's the Illuminati, man. You're like, no, that eye represents sight, the one who's able to see, and God shows us visions. And you gave me the explanation, and I wasn't hearing it. I was like, nope, that's demonic, brother.
You're forgetting what that charm was made up of.
Talk a little bit about it.
It was 3 2,000-year-old nails, remember?
Okay, yeah.
And it had a widow's mite in the center. That's what it was. It looked like an eye.
Yeah.
You initially thought it was an eyeball, and I explained to you that was a widow's mite from the Bible, and those nails were found in Jerusalem. They were 2,000-year-old nails. They were carpenter nails, and Jesus was a carpenter. And it looked like a triangle with an eyeball in the center.
Yeah.
But it was never supposed to be that.
It's funny that just the symbolism, and then now, I mean, I love symbolism. I love symbols, and this, you know what I'm saying. Symbols only have the power that you give it. Like when you see the tattoos as symbols, like it means you have to be able to read the symbols too, and they mean different things to different people.
It's the same with the words that come out of my mouth. I mean, if you think about it,
yeah.
If I said dang, and I said damn, they both are one and the same. They are the exact same. I mean, there's not a Christian word for the word damn, and that's not the word dang. Or you can't say crap, and you meant to say shit, but it means, I'm saying they're the same thing. They're just words.
They mean the same.
My heart's condition in the way that I say it.
They mean the same thing, but sometimes, like I'll curse on here a little bit, and there's some reasons why I try not to. Sometimes it's for ad reasons, like they won't monetize you if you got a lot of cursing and stuff. But I'll curse a little bit. But when I curse, it's because it's the best word to use. I want you to know how I feel about that situation. And when I tell you that Christians, it's a difference when you say, then people don't care about you versus then people don't give up about you, right? I mean, like that's heartfelt. I want you to feel it. They don't.
You're still in the, and you'll always be that. I guess be that way, bro. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
but you're still in that religious box that you have to follow with the religion. You have to follow with those rules and guidelines in order to be put into the box where you can be seen as a Christian. I'm literally, bro, I have so much freedom. I'm not concerned whether a Christian kid hears the word damn. It's all irrelevant to me. Like yeah. I'm not in a place where I have to follow those rules and regulations. The churches wouldn't let me be myself because they wouldn't pay me if I said damn on my music. So remember I used to say trick in my music?
Oh yeah.
Remember
trigger.
Say ho in my music?
Trigger.
Remember why I used to did that?
Yeah.
I've been doing the same thing I've been doing for years, Truth, and you know that. The only difference is that the line that was there is non-existent now. There is no line. Isn't it funny? And you should do this, bro, because I joke about this, but you should do this. You should go back and rework some of your old music. I know you hate it. I know it's ugly to you, but go back, grab a song, maybe just to show them. Change the word demon for another word, because we used to joke about that. All you gotta do is I'm killing all you demons. I'm running on them demon with the 45. Put it to you, like that's how we're talking. Like, dude, we're doing gangster rap. We just changed one word. If you change the word demon to bitch, you've got a gangster rap song.
You gotta rework it, man. You gotta rework it, bro.
I'm just saying, it's all about your heart's condition. It's the way you say it.
Yeah.
It's my heart. See, God's going to know my heart, but the people listening won't. They won't know what I'm doing and why I'm doing it and how I'm doing it.
Well, they will now.
Tell them.
They will now. They will
Well,
now.
but
I'm reading the comments here,
yeah.
dude. You have no haters in the comment section here. We've got a bunch of people watching, and everybody's like, hey, how do I find this music? This guy is dope. Let's see. There's another comment here. What's a good one? Let me see if I can find it right quick. Derek, this guy is incredible. What a powerful message and testimony. My prayers will be following him, and he has my support. Like, my people already know, man. Like, they're these are the outcasts too. These aren't church folks watching this podcast, bro. You know, I got an eyeball on my hat. People will tune in and see the eye. Just like when I thought that was an eye on your junk, I was like, hey, bro, throws a red flag, man. You know what I'm saying? Of not knowing symbols and the power and what it means and be a person of vision. So yeah, they
I'm
gonna
tell you, this is something the Lord just brought to my attention right now. I don't watch this guy on TV, but I know this guy is fired on amongst the world, and you might even have a problem with him. But the Lord showed me how he is doing with me in rap music is the exact same way that Joel Osteen's approach to ministry was on television. A lot of people don't like him, but hear me out. Hear me out. Joel Osteen doesn't care about what we think. First of all, he's doing what God's told him to do. So nobody knows the amount of people that give their life to God behind closed doors, underneath the table, that's not on television, just because people think that he don't use enough Bible and he doesn't use enough doctrine and all this other bullshit. That's exactly what it is. Leave the guy alone. Leave me alone. If I do things that you don't agree with, pray for me, just like that guy just said. Pray for me. I can promise you that I'm the closest to God that I've ever been, and he is leading me and he's guiding me to go to where I'm going. It won't be long and you guys are going to hear me on your radio stations. It won't be long you guys are going to see me on your video stations. I'll tell you this right now. Don't be surprised if you see me at the Grammys and you see me at other outlets like that, doing what I'm doing, representing my movement on a worldwide level. And just know that I'm about my Father's business when you see me.
Straighten it up, Kayleen. Let's talk about your tattooing a little bit, man, because that's a big part of your life. That's your livelihood as well. You're an awesome tattoo artist. You've been able to tattoo a lot of celebrities, some really cool people. You tattooed Brian Welch from Korn, and that birthed a song. You did a song with him out of that. Jelly Roll, I think Upchurch the Redneck. I mean, so many people that catch my attention, man. Talk a little bit about your tattooing and stuff, and some of the people that you've been able to meet in those situations.
Well, my website is tattooingthestars.com, and you can go check out my portfolio of the people that I've been able to meet and tattoo. But my mom had a dream I was supposed to be a tattoo artist in 2005. And I never wanted to be a tattooer. I was a full-time rapper. I was full-time for 7 years in music. And my mom had that dream. Well, at the time, I was running out of options in my music. I traveled as far as Texas from Tennessee, selling my music all across the United States. I was running across people on a daily basis that had all my records. Like, it was the point where I just couldn't find many people. I signed 750,000 autographs on the streets of the United States. On my own. I did. And my mom had that dream. I was looking for a way off the streets. So I pursued tattooing based on my mom's dream and found out I had a gift that I didn't even know I had. So I didn't know that God was going to take me down a road where I was ministering to the amounts of people that I've ministered to. I've stopped people from killing themselves. I've been apart 5 days before people have blown their brains out. And I was the last person to ever share God with them ever. And I've had 17 clients that's passed away. God showed me how valuable tattooing is and how this is stuff that people are taking to the grave. This is real talk. The stuff, that conversations they have behind the chair with me are stuff that I don't publicize. I am going to work on a book eventually, and it'll be a book about the stories, changing the names of the people, the stories that I've had the opportunity to listen to and be a part of their life through tattooing. But I felt disvalidated with my own life because my music had failed. I felt like my life wasn't validated through tattooing. I felt like I needed to feel like I was important. and it bothered me because for so long I used to get letters in the mail from people saying my music touched their life, and now tattooing is a totally different ballgame. People hating on me, disrespecting me. It's just a totally different world for me. The tattoo business is very dark. Two of the five top tattoo artists in the world are all satanic. They're Satanists. And so it's very dark business. And I was this small light in a dark place. So I missed it, and I figured out a way that I could feel validated through my tattooing was through if I tattooed a famous person, somebody that was in a celebrity status that was going out doing shows in front of 50,000 people on television. I felt like if I tattooed them, visibly, that wherever they go, I would kind of go with them.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd see me on TV. I'd see me at an NFL game. I'd see me at a Major League Baseball game. I'd see me in a rap video. So I felt like I could validate my own life through tattooing that way. So I met Head from Corn. I tattooed both sides of his face. I tattooed one on his ribs. And you guys can go to YouTube and look those videos up. Just type Head from Corn gets tattooed, and you'll see my videos of me tattooing him. I've tattooed number one hit country artist Low Cash, Taylor Phillips, who wrote Hurricane by Luke Combs. I've tattooed Upchurch the Redneck, Frazier Boy, who was with 3-6 Mafia, who won an Oscar for Hustle and Flow, the drummer for the band Red. I've tattooed Bubba Sparks. I did the American logo on Bubba Sparks' neck. I've tattooed Caleb Plant. He's a 16-0 professional boxer who fights with Mayweather. You guys will see him soon. He's living in Vegas now. I did 5 tattoos on him. Eric Walden, starting outside linebacker for the Titans, Super Bowl champion with the Green Bay Packers, number 93. I did 10 tattoos on him. I've tattooed Craig Campbell, who's a big country artist who was on tour with Luke Bryan recently. I tattooed DeBan Perry. I've tattooed so many people. Kings of Leon. There's just so many that I've been able to tattoo, had the opportunity to be in their life. And Michael Ray, he's another number one country artist, got 2 or 3 number one hits. I tattooed him, did a quarter sleeve on his arm.
Jelly.
I love and traveled on tour buses with these artists, man. And now that I'm not in the shop no more, I'm completely mobile as a tattooer. My cell phone 615-692-9339. So if y'all need a tattoo, I'll do tattoo parties. I'll come to your house. Yes, I will.
Get it how you live.
615-692-9339.
Get it how you live. I'll post all your links in the description as well. We got a phone call here. This caller's been on for a while. I believe I know who it is, but caller from Northwest Arkansas. Who we speaking with?
Hunter Hughes, aka Hunter Hughes. Y'all know who this is. How y'all doing today?
What's going on, brother? You got a question for Kaylee or a comment? I know you do.
Well, I guess first of all, I just need to say, Alien Gang. It's like, love what you're doing, Kaylee. It's like I've been following the movement, love the music, been hitting me as well. It's like when I was 4, I was diagnosed with autism. I was pretty much born to be lost in nurse and neglect to begin with, and so I relate. Been following the movement, loving what you're doing, and I have no tattoos, and so my first tattoo is going to be an Alien Gang tattoo.
Awesome, I love you, man.
I love you too, brother. It's like, that's all we gotta do. We gotta spread this love, man. It's
no doubt
what we're made to do, pretty much.
Just stay post with me on Facebook. You ever need me, you call me, dude. You message me.
I definitely will, because I know we're friends on Facebook, and I've been sharing your stuff on Instagram. I just shared your newest video today on my Instagram account. So.
Oh, thank you, brother.
Yeah, it's like I'm enjoying this conversation. It's like, because I like calling on this podcast, it always seems to be something that's hitting me. So I always like to call in, put in my 2 cents.
Yeah, bro.
And just give my shout out to my love, pretty much.
You're a part of the show too, man. People know you. So they know you, bro.
Yeah. It's like, I just think it's funny because I record my own hip hop, but I mainly do a Christian / spiritual hip hop rap. Don't hate me on that. But
bro, you gotta follow God. You got to do what God's told you to do.
Yep. That's what it's about.
I don't ever try to lead people.
Yep.
I don't try to lead people to do what I'm doing. I don't think a lot of people could do what I do, to be honest.
That's right.
I don't think a lot, and I would discourage a lot of Christians, especially baby Christians, from doing this, because there's a lot of them that didn't make it, that thought that they would go into the world. A lot of people don't realize it, but like Paul Wall used to be a Christian rapper.
Yep.
Chameleonaire used to be a Christian rapper. Nappy Roots used to be a Christian rap group. Slim Thug used to be a Christian rapper.
Katy Perry used to be a worship leader. Yeah, amazing.
A lot of
Katy Perry was bad, boy.
A lot of people won't be able to go where I'm going. I'm going knowing exactly what I'm doing, how I'm going to get there, and exactly what to say. Detailed instructions from God on what I'm to do, where I'm to go, what I'm to say. And I'm following his lead, and I'm not trying to get off that path at all.
Nice. Another thing I want to comment on was I loved how we were talking about language, because that's kind of one of the things I don't want to say struggle with, but kind of like I'm indifferent on, because like on my music I usually don't curse. I say that hell, damn, and ass. Those usually aren't curse words. That some of those are mentioned in the Bible, but for the most part I keep my music clean. However, when I'm on the mic, you get me out in public, I can curse like a sailor sometimes, and it's just one of the things I've been indifferent on, and I honestly have been thinking about doing just one kind of like not really a Christian song, but it would be like it would be called excuse me for saying it would be called "Fuck the Devil," and it would pretty much have every curse word in the book.
Bro, I've already been there and done that, man. I've already been there and done that. I got shirts that say "Fuck the Devil" that I'm getting printed for Alien Gang, and they're gonna have a set of bones that's in a fingernail. It's in a flipping the middle finger, and it says "Fuck the Devil" #Alien Gang.
Nice. Well, if I decide to make this song reality, Kaylee, it's like, because I know you said you don't want nothing to do with Christian or gospel rap, but if I do this song, I would gladly love to feature you on it.
Well, I would do it. Yeah, I wouldn't. I just would have to. To be honest, I've had a lot of people message me about doing songs like that, and I just don't. I have to follow God. I have to do what He tells me to do. I have to be where I'm supposed to be right now, and I can't get off the path. So when people are like, "Hey man, I want to do a song with you, I'm a Christian rapper," I'm gonna say it's not where I'm at right now. Your song's a little different. I would do that.
All right, Hunter.
Nice,
Appreciate you calling, Hunter.
Yep.
Love you, brother.
All right, blessings, shalom to both of y'all.
All right, shalom, brother. Let's give a little bit of honor, man. Talk a little bit about El Ren, bro. El Ren Guitars.
Who?
El Ren did some guitar work for you in the past. You don't remember El Ren, Lanford Wren, back in the MySpace days?
No.
He did the guitars on my version of This Is How We Ride. And then you had someone else, but he supposedly reached out to you to do some more guitars for you back then from Tennessee.
He might have, but I don't remember all that.
Okay. All right, I didn't know. He actually recorded the guitars on my full album, and
he didn't do guitar for me though. So
he didn't do no guitars for you. Okay.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, I thought he did.
No, the only guitars I've ever had on my music were played on people that were in house around me.
Okay. Yeah, he's from Tennessee.
I could be wrong. El Ren, if you get some songs with me and you play guitar on them and I'm not acknowledging you, I apologize,
okay.
brother.
That's what's up. No, I just
Hey, you gotta understand, bro. I've been married 3 times, about to be divorced 3 times. I've been homeless 3 times. I've lost 3 businesses, foreclosures, 3 repossessions. I'm talking. My life has been hell, bro, to get to this place where I understand why I was going through all the hell. So little things like somebody playing guitar on my stuff is going to be very, very way back in the brain.
Didn't you meet somebody recently who was you had somebody come into your life that played a big role, a female, some years ago? I just seen like a change when someone came into your life.
Yeah, well, the girl that's in my life now, I've never met anybody like her in my life. We have the same birthday, bro.
That's what's up, man.
It was absolutely God when I met her, man.
How long have you guys been together?
I don't want to get into how I met her and the circumstances I was in, but you know, God knows that everything happens the way He wants it to, he's my leader, man. So when stuff happens, I'm like, all right, God, what are you doing? Man, I'll be honest. I had a lady she just totaled my car December 20th. In the middle of us spinning 360 degrees on the interstate, bro. I had my girl's hand and I said, God, what are you doing? What are you doing? I said, we're going to be okay. God's going to let us, nothing to happen to us. Spinning on the interstate. She hit us. We were doing 50 miles an hour, bro. She spun us out. We're spinning and we land sideways in the median, almost going into the other oncoming traffic. I was asking God immediately, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Well, I still don't know what he did there, but I know that if it was anything, it was to show my girl that God is in control. And no matter what happens, he will always provide for his kids that are on his path, that'll always take care of his kids. He loves us, man. He's not forgotten about us, man. And if we're walking right, we got no worries ever. He's going to always take care of us. If you're living wrong, you're shit up the creek already, man. And that would be my advice to you, is to quit all that bullshit and turn it over to God before something bad happens, because you can't act like that, man. God will. He loves you, but he's not gonna. You know, I had $6,000 drop in my pocket the day before I needed it, or I was going to get kicked out of my place of living, bro. Had people walk up and give me that kind of money because I trust the Lord. Didn't post it on Facebook that I needed it. Just happened. God's good. He loves his kids, man. And when you're walking right, you have his favor, bro, and he's going to take care of you, man, hands down.
I had years ago, I had a friend of mine who was like back and forth. He was an older guy, but he mentioned something about like being careful of how you live. And he's like, dude, he's like, bro, have you ever noticed when you're not living right, you get away from the Lord, you just try to be careful because you think you might die. It's like when you start smoking crack again. I was like, I've never done it. I can see where you're coming from, but no, I've never done. Leave God.
Yeah, I've never done it either. I listen to what he tells me, bro. I say I don't do nothing else.
Yeah.
If he don't tell me to do it, I don't do it, man. And that's where he wants all of us, though. He wants us all to a place where he's the boss. He's the one you're turning to, not a man, not a human being. He wants us to turn to him, and that's what I encourage people that are in my movement. Turn to God, man. Give that shit to God, bro. Quit doing that bullshit. It's going to kill you. Give that to God, bro. Quit playing them games, man. And these people, they respect that because it's real. They respect it because it's love. I'm giving them love they never had before.
Meet people where they are.
Absolutely.
End of the episode, man. Was there anything that we didn't speak on that you wanted to kind of touch on? Anything you wanted to address? Do you think we covered everything pretty good?
Yeah, I mean, I think people are going to know, who I am and more about what I'm here for. I'm here for them. If they feel like they're alone, they feel like they don't have nobody to talk to, eventually, guys, understand I'm building a team. And eventually I'll have a team of people that'll all be people that's been through some shit. These guys they know this. I got people around me right now that used to have needles in their veins. They've been shot and stabbed. They were gangsters. These people been through it. I got people around me that's killed people. And these people now, man, they realize, look, I'm here to be a servant to these people, these kids, man. If y'all need somebody to talk to, y'all can message me. I'll try my best to respond to everybody. People message me all the time. I'm here for y'all. I love y'all. It's Alien Gang, bitch. 2018 and beyond. It's on and popping.
What's up, bro? One last question here is they want to know, this is from Christy. She wants to know, have you ever tattooed any of the Christian artists such as Seven, Pyrex, or Illuminate? You ever run into those guys?
No, I've done songs with Seven, but never tattooed him. He's too far away. He's in Cali, or he might be in Texas now. But no, I've talked to Pyrex and I've talked to Seven. Illuminate, I don't know who that is, but I mean, I tattooed some Christian worships leaders. Like I tattooed Russ Lee, who sings with what's the name of the group he sings with? I forget. He's one of the guys, the main guys at Winter Jam every year with Toby Mac.
Okay, that's what's up.
I forget the New Song.
New Song. Oh wow, yeah.
New Song. He's the lead vocalist for New Song, but I tattooed him a couple times and his son.
Yeah.
I don't. To be honest, Christians avoid me, and that's probably best because I'm not here for them anyways.
That's what's up, brother.
I'm a weirdo. I'm a weirdo, bro. I'm not your typical guy. I won't have much in common with religious people, man. I have more in common with the people that are struggling to feed their kids than I ever will with some religious idiot that's going to try to tell me I'm going to hell. I'm like, take that shit somewhere else, man.
That's what's up. You heard it from the man himself. Many of you guys have your own opinion. Some people fully back what he's doing. You guys can see yourself within him and his story. I totally do. That's why I wanted to have him on. He's a good brother of mine. And
AlienGangGang.com.
AlienGangGang. I figured he didn't say it and he didn't promote it, but I figured he was approaching this from a ministry-minded point. And he's...
You know why, Truth? You know why? Because you know me.
Exactly.
On the very beginning of my video, my first video that I released, the words that came across the front page, it said, before you judge me, you better know what the fuck you're talking about, because if you truly know me, then you know where I'm headed. And people like you, and much love to Alter Ego, you guys knew me as a human being before, and you knew Kaylee's up to something. There's no way he would turn his back on God. You damn straight I wouldn't turn my back on God.
There's no way. The scriptures say you can't, dude. After you've tasted the goodness of God, for you to turn your back. I knew something was up. I'm not dumb.
Dead raised, bro. I absolutely am closer to him, and I'm so honored you'd have me on your show, man.
I believe you, man. I thank you for sharing this space with me, brother. Much love, much success to everything that you're doing, brother. You're being authentic. That's what counts, man. You're making a living doing it. You're having fun. You're creating things, brother. I pray you continue to do it, man. Thank you for coming on, hanging out with me, brother. I love you too. Shalom. Kaylee, ladies and gentlemen, we go back, man. Like I said, I started listening to Kaylee stuff in like 2003, maybe. I want to pinpoint it. Maybe 2003. Checking out his stuff. So he was doing it early. So I got involved with Christian music a lot later, but very similar stories, and I see myself in his story and some of the things that I've dealt with coming out of religion to be who God called me to be, and that journey. People lash out, and he's definitely going through that right now, and hopefully you can hear a lot of my early interviews when I did a lot of podcasts. They sound a lot like Kaylee's. Like it was a lot, and I still talk about it now, but early on it was a big thing. Like I'm talking about the church realm and how they talked about me and how this and that and this and that, and it was a big part of my life, and it still is. But you got to eventually get to the part where you're like, you don't have to address that anymore. You can kind of move past it, and it's big, and it's big for a lot of you guys who've come out of religion or come out of some type of system of control or bondage, or where you had to be taught to perform and be somebody that you're not. That's big for you to find out. Like I said in the last show, the two biggest days in a person's life is the day that they were born and the day that they find out why they were born. Once you find out why you're put here, Kaylee's approach is different. My approach is different. I'm ministry minded too. You guys know that. But if you let the other people tell it, they'll tell you that we worship the devil on this podcast. They tell you all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I've heard it all. I've heard it all. So I'm glad that I gave him the platform to come on there and kind of speak his mind, and kind of, for those who care, they'll watch the interview. For those who don't care, they don't matter anyway. But it's like, hey, if people want you to hear your heart, all you gotta do is share this interview with them. Dude, why are you doing this, bro? What happened? Here, watch the interview. Gave you almost, an hour and 20 minutes worth of explanations about why I'm doing what I'm doing and what happened, and pitfalls to look out for. You got to learn from everybody's mistakes. You got to learn from everybody's successes too. What's working for people. Obviously, he's seen that's working. Doing Christian music, gospel music, he had to kind of force his way into an audience, and most people ain't going to listen to a white, corny rapper. And then on top of that, a white, corny Christian rapper. You know how hard it is to break that stereotype? And Kaylee's trying to do that. And I don't think that he has negated the gospel. I don't think that he's turned his back on God. I believe this for everybody. Right now, Kaylee is exactly where he's supposed to be. Quayle is exactly where he's supposed to be right now. Love him. If he needs me, I'm here. And the same goes for all of you guys. Whatever you're going through, man, the darkness, the trials, if you're on the mountaintop or you're going down through the valley, there's something there for you to learn, man. There's peace and there's grace that's available for you no matter where you are. And I've learned that if we want to get to the next level, we have to be faithful with the things that God has put in our laps and what he's trying to show us. And so that's what it's about, learning from everything around us, learning from what's going on, and trying to get to the next level to become a better person, to ascend spiritually, make it to the next level so that we can help people. It's not about bragging rights. It's not about ego. And I wanted to talk to him a little bit about that, but a lot of the early Christian rappers, like, ego driven. And even now, in the Christian genre, and I've touched on this with a few other Christian rappers I've had on here. I've had a lot of Christian rappers on here. That's where I come from. But it gives a false sense of hope doing gospel music. And I'll tell you why. So doing Christian rap, when you go to a church and you perform, and I know this is, it's a funny way of having this conversation, guys. Oh, my God. But when you go to a church to perform, you find out that everybody's a rapper. My uncle raps. They got a 40-year-old rapper, 60-year-old rapper. Like, everybody raps. And they let them get up there on the stage. Some people rehearse. Some people are really good at it. But they let the people who suck get up there. Random dude. Hey, let me rap. They let him up there. And when he's done, they give him a standing ovation. And that's not good. You're giving this guy a false sense of hope, a false sense of security, because in his head it's like, dang, the whole congregation done stood up and applauded me. I might have a future in this. Let me sign up for next week. And you have people who are doing it who aren't called to do it. And you're giving them this false sense of hope versus like, hey, bro, stick to your day job. Tell them the truth. The world's telling them the truth. Why won't the church tell them the truth? Well, he might be called to it, brother. You don't know that. Tell these people the truth, man. It's not good. That was one of the big things I've seen in Christian music. And then even people telling me, I've had people on the other hand tell me that I wasn't called to do it because they know I do graphic art and I'm good at websites and videos and stuff. And they're like, man, I've had people say, truth, you're not maybe called to do music. Maybe you're just called to help people who do music and do websites and stuff. But that was years ago. I think my music and catalog speaks for itself at this point. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. We've been live for like 4 hours almost now. So cool hanging out with everybody. Everybody's still going strong in the chat room. Just a quick roll call. Chris says, nah, truth. You a rapper, bro. No doubt, man. Thank you. Chris, Adam, Joshua, Christy, Inner 5X. If you're still watching, he has a question for Jordan Maxwell about Charles Fort. Wants me to ask him next time. Call in. Utilize these phone lines, man. I have to go through a little trouble to connect them, but they're there so that people can call in. Indigo SETI, Alki, Pixie Forest, Kenny Rideout. My brother's back. And Kenny makes a good Kenny makes a good argument here because he's talking about cursing and not being offended to curse. And he's like, I'm not afraid to curse in front of kids. And but then he says, Quayle was talking about checking people who cursed in his tattoo shop. And Kenny says, yeah, but don't curse in front of my babies for real. LOL. No doubt. Don't curse in front of the little ones. And with that being said, I told one of my friends here, Matt watches this show with his kids. Matt Ladding, he watches this with his daughter Chloe, and she sings the intro. She mouths the words to it, and he watches this with his daughter. So I made sure I put in here. I said, hey, this guy, he may curse a little bit more. So be warned. If you're on the bed with your daughter watching the show and, he's, all these F-bombs, you know what I'm saying? So that should be up to the discretion of the parent to do that. So I wanted to make sure I made that known there in the chat room. So cool. And then again, they're really, YouTube's weird about letting you monetize anything with cursing in it or even controversial topics. It's insane what's happening right now. So, like I said, thank you guys for supporting my music. Thank you guys for supporting the podcast. You are enabling me to continue to do this, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, everybody who's supporting on Patreon. Patreon.com/TruthSeeker. You can sign up for $1 a month, $5 a month, $10, $20, $30, $40, $50, whatever you want to do. You guys, it means the world to me, and there's so many people who are helping, and you get access to some cool stuff. You get access to unreleased music. You guys like me as a rapper. You think I'm pretty cool. There's brand new music on there. And guess what? If you like my music, I'm getting better. There's some good stuff. I'm excited to release this stuff globally or with the general public, right? I'm ready to make it public, but I owe it to the patrons because they're supporting to keep it private. None of it, there's like probably 9 songs or something like that on there, and I'm keeping it private. And there's new songs that I'm going to upload and some more stuff I'm working on. And you get access to my entire discography, all by becoming a patron, jumping on board, helping support what I'm doing. This show is free to consume. I used to charge for the second hour. I used to do an hour free, and then the second hour was only for supporters. I made it free. The show is free to consume. It's not free to make. You guys know that. If you guys want to help, like I need a better computer. I need, like, you guys have noticed, like the show has been cutting off, like in the middle of the show. I had Jordan Maxwell on last week, and the computer restarted 3 times while I was in the middle of a conversation with him. It's just not strong enough to run all these programs. So anybody wants to donate, my birthday is tomorrow. My wife did a GoFundMe campaign for my birthday. If you guys want to donate, that's going to be going to the computer fund. You know what I'm saying? So I can get some more memory and get another hard drive and all that good stuff and kind of upgrade. Patreon.com/TruthSeeker. You guys are awesome. I'm gonna read some of these closing comments. Let's see. Chanel, Adam, Christy, yeah. Happy birthday. Thank you. Christy says, can I use PayPal or prepaid? You can use PayPal. I use PayPal for almost everything. Chris said he's gonna buy the CD as well. LOL. Ready for the Seer album, no doubt. That's the next album. Can't wait to get on Patreon, says Christy. I'm not making excuses, but working a factory making $300 a week is tough. I believe that prophecy yesterday was for me. A new job on the way. Amen. I believe with you. No, it is hard, man. And you know, so I've been there, where $5 a month seems like a lot. Like it's a huge commitment. Oh God. How much? $5 a month? Oh my goodness. How am I going to pay this? I can't commit. Not that it was a problem of coming up with $5 a month, but that was just the fear of commitment on top of the other bills and trying to add it and stuff. I have patrons and stuff that I support as well. But I understand. And you just get to a place where you're able to do that. But I tell you what, stepping out in faith, man, $5 a month should not be a problem for any of us. It should not be a problem. We should have more than enough. That we should be doing what we love for a living. All that good stuff. That's what we're about. Like all these principles, these interviews are trying to hopefully formulate a way that inspires you to do that. And I'm doing it because of you guys. I don't make a lot of money on the music. It's through the support, guys. Like people don't buy music anymore. It is straight through Patreon. So I thank you guys. I could not do it. Like I have to buy beats. I have to pay people to make beats. I don't do that. There's no way that I could do it at this point. And I haven't released an album since 2015. And it's 2018. And so now like the support's coming out the woodwork. You guys are putting your money where your mouth is. You guys are showing your support. And it's not about everybody giving $5 a month. Like I said, I got 14,000 followers on Facebook. If everybody gave $1, but that's not the case, man. I have people who give $50 and $100 a month because they believe in what I do. I'm blown away by that. I really am. I'm blown away that people still buy my music. They love it. I'm still in that elementary mindset of being grateful and have that gratitude that, man, my work and my art speaks to people so much that they're willing to spend their hard-earned money to purchase an album. That's awesome. So when I say thank you guys for supporting and enabling me to do this, I really mean it. I do. I don't make a lot of money. I'm trying, man. Like all I'm doing is trying, you know. I'm trying to do this full time, and we'll hope to do it. I believe we're going to do it. There's that doubt there. I can't lie to you. There's always that doubt that sticks in, and it's like, well, you're going to have to go get another job, and you can't live off of a pipe dream. Trust me, doubt creeps into me too. But so with that being said, thank you guys, man. Bottom of my heart. I love y'all. 2018 is our year. Let's get it. God bless. You know what? I'm going to pray. I didn't pray this episode. We prayed. I don't think I prayed the last episode either. But many people look forward to the prayer at the end of the show. Like they fast forward to the prayer. You know what I'm saying? It was funny. I talked about it yesterday that somebody was watching the Jordan Maxwell interview that I did, and that show is not about prayer. That show is not really about spirituality. I try to weave some topics in there, but it don't really stick. So it's kind of a hard episode to listen to. And then at the end, I prayed. I got a message from somebody who was listening to that, and out the blue, I prayed. It said the Holy Spirit fell upon them. They started to cry. They started to weep during a prayer at the end of an episode about aliens. I like the subject matter. They started to cry, and God met them there while they were listening to a podcast, and they was not expecting it, listening to the Jordan Maxwell podcast. So I'm going to pray right now. God, I thank you for your grace. God, I thank you for your love that enables us and empowers us to be witnesses for you, God. God, you said you give us power to be witnesses, God, and that power is miracle working power, God, wonder working power, Lord, to go out, God, and be bold for you, to see change in our communities, to see change in our own lives and the lives of our families and those around us. God, you said from Judea, Samaria, and then to the ends of the earth, God. I pray that we'll have change within our own homes and our own household, and then it'll just go to the next level. We'll see change on the job site. We'll see change in the communities, and then to the ends of the earth as well, God. That change starts with us, God. I thank you for the work that you're doing in our hearts. I thank you that you're so beautiful. I thank you that you never gave up on us, even when man has given up on us and women have given up on us. You never gave up. You've always been there. You said you're a friend that sticks closer than a brother, and I believe you, God. I thank you for your promises of yes and amen. I thank you that you have plans to bless us and to prosper us, God, and hopes for a bright future for every single one of us listening to this, God. I thank you for that. I ask you to bless each and every person right now, whatever they need, whatever they're going through. If it's sickness in their body, God, I'm asking for peace right now. If it's sickness in their mind, God, if their mind is playing tricks on them, if they just have anxiety, restlessness, hopelessness, I speak peace in Jesus' name. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your grace, God. Encounter these people, Lord. Let them be able to encounter you, God. Give them a song. Lift up their countenance, I pray. In Jesus' mighty name, God, we love you. Amen. Thank you, guys. Shalom.
Your will so much higher than mine, so much higher than mine. Your so much deeper than mine, so much deeper than mine.
Well, that does it for this episode, folks. To hear more episodes of the Truth Seeker podcast, head over to truthseeker.com. And if you're wanting to support the show and get rewards, go to our Patreon page at patreon.com/truthseeker.
Oh, y'all thought I was done? Look, Thursday night, man. We're doing a School of the Mystics. I got to promote it. Thursdays at 7 p.m. Those of you guys who are supporting on Patreon, you get to be a part of the School of the Mystics. It's going to be our online community building, discipleship, prayer, where we just get to be open with one another. I'm looking forward to that. All the info is on my website, School of the Mystics. Become a patron. You get access to that. Love you guys. Peace.